All right, guys, so I just stopped in here at the Sheetz up here to get a drink, and look at that. Whew. It's my good buddy Frank. He is going to be in my static versus bag part 2. Now we're not going to talk too much down here, but what's up, buddy? We're just going to do a little look over on his car here. Of course, it's a Porsche, and he can't park with the rest of us peasants over in the normal parking spot. But oh man, now the cool part about this is he literally had the whole interior color matched to the outside of this car. See, I could do this because he knows I'm doing it, so we're okay. But if it's just anyone else, don't go near his car without his permission. But man, all right, guys, we're gonna go back down to George Park. We're gonna do, kind of like the same thing like the part 1. We're gonna talk some stuff, see some stuff, and I'm just surprised he came through on this, guys. I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy Frank's on the channel. All right, guys, see you guys in a minute. Alrighty, guys, so we are back down here in George Park. I'm with my good buddy Frank, as we did see him at Sheetz. I got him to come down and do short little videos. So this is going to be, like I said before, coils versus bagged part 2. Now obviously he's bagged or he's static and on coils, but dude, this thing is just, it's there's no words for it because it's just beautiful. So he came in pretty well prepared. He carries this all the time in his car. So this is what everything has done to his Porsche so far. Obviously I'm going to tag his Instagram and everything in this, because this thing is just amazing. Now he is thinking about going bags, so I'm going to have him do a little talking about what he liked about the coils, what he doesn't like about the coils, why he wants to go bags. And it kind of gives everyone a little bit of a thing, you got your pros, your cons. Because you have me, I think bags are the best thing in the world. And then you have some people that think bags are the worst thing in the world. And then there's some people that think coils are the best thing in the world, and vice versa. Obviously, he is a little busy on the phone. He owns 2 tattoo shops. Fantastic business. He has some great artists. I've actually hit him up for tattoos before. His prices are really well priced. I just don't know what I want yet. As you guys know, I do already have one. But looks like Frank's off the phone. So Frank, what do you like about coils versus not coiled?
I definitely like the look of coils like this. It's great. The stance is phenomenal. You don't ever have any rubbing issues inside your wheel wells if your car's set up right. Downfalls of being static all the time, going to the city, going anywhere on long trips and drives, the comfort's not there.
Okay.
The look's there that I want, but the comfort's not there. When you start getting low in the front, you start having issues with your lips. That's my main downfall, is your comfort. And if you're in a city with a lot of bumps and a lot of dips, you really got to watch your lip going around the front.
Kind of like how you're taking these speed bumps like previous in the footage. Correct. There, you got to come in so hard.
Super hard angles. With a bag setup, you got the adjustability. You can bring your car right up and have a ride height, then have a show height, and just have a cruise height. There's so many different variables. With me, I'm a little older. Old school guys are all static. We grew up with static cars. We didn't have these options of all these fancy bags. So with me being almost 43 years old, it's kind of what I grew up, static. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about ride height, adjustability, and comfort. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see if this winter I switch to bags or not.
Yeah, that is one argument I do have with bags, is you can on the fly adjust. You don't have to worry about putting the car on a lift, taking your tires off, adjusting your coil height, your nuts and everything. Because like with me, I have 4 settings. I have my ride height, I have 2 actually picture settings, and then I have my dumped. As always, when I park, I dump it out. You know, there's sometimes I'll do rollers with ride height, just to do it. And then there's times that if I want real low or just a nice low. But then again, you have to watch too, because you're going to start rubbing. I hit that all the time. As soon as I hit 60 pounds in the back, it rubs like crazy.
Believe it or not, on this car, as low as it is, the way the car's built, the way the wheels are built, everything, I don't have rubbing issues anywhere.
Really?
The only issues I have, like I said, we're gonna go back to being in the city. The front of this car is so low, you can take a cell phone. You can't get a cell phone underneath that. So if you're going through the city, you're definitely gonna hit stuff in the front.
Exactly. But at least you have a nice lip there that's flexible enough.
Correct.
That if you're gonna hit it and stuff it, you're not ripping the whole thing off.
Correct. All that carbon fiber stuff is a lot harder material. Friends of mine that have Porsches with carbon fiber rip them right off. This here, it's like a more of a urethane, so it's flexible. So if you do hit things, it'll roll underneath and come back out, back to the normal form. So.
Which is pretty well perfect. That's almost kind of like what I have on mine. Mine's just a little bit stiffer of a plastic, but mine's so low profile, you don't have to worry about it rolling, or it'll slide right over top. And you know, with carbon fiber, it's just going to crack.
Correct.
And that's a downfall with carbon. That's why I won't run carbon on mine anywhere on the low side, because you're going to hit it. Why spend well over $1,000 for something that you're going to smack within 5 minutes?
If not more for a Porsche. Probably 15, 18, $2 grand.
Yeah, exactly. For mine, it's like, I don't know, like $500 or $600, but
I can replace that front lip from Pelican Parts for $300 because it's a urethane lip. I'm super happy with that.
Did you guys hear that plug he just did for the people? Now I better get paid for that.
Pelican Parts.
Yeah. But the reason I also chose Frank for this part 2 edition is you just don't see statically slammed Porsches anywhere. You see older generations, like, you know, the 60, 70 guys with a stock Porsche, and then you get Frank, he's just like, I'm gonna slam it.
All the guys in my Porsche club, it's called PCA of America, they're all purists. Like he said, a lot of the older generation Porsche guys, they want them bone stock. They might put some fancy tires on them, maybe a few other things, but they're purists. They don't touch the cars at all. When I come into Porsche meets, the older generation, their jaw drops pretty good. So I like that. Hopefully my generation, because like I said, I'm early 40s, hopefully my generation of people start doing more mods to these cars like this, and the purists will kind of fade away. So,
and that's always my argument too. I went to a car show a couple weeks ago in Middletown, and I rolled in, and I was the newest car there.
Yep.
The newest car there was a 1980s something, you know. And all these older guys, they don't like imports. They think they're not show worthy. And I dropped a lot of old people's jaws with mine because it's on bags, no one really sees it. And what really ticks me off is, you know, an older guy got up there probably in his 70s and said, you know, we need younger guys in this hobby. I'm like, yeah, but you guys just crap on imports in our builds. And a lot of people argue with me that, but in all reality, look at, you know, 50 years ago when the Model A's were in, and the kids started doing the hot rods.
I actually,
it's exactly what's going on.
About 6 weeks ago, I went to the Green Ridge Village car show. It's out in Chambersburg. It's a hot rod show. There was 300 plus street rods, hot rods.
Really?
All old, big motors. It was definitely a hot rod show. I went and I entered my car, and believe it or not, they had a top 50 class, and I took top 50, and it was like an honor because you got all these old guys that are not into these imports. I was the only car that was an import and a new body style that took an award home. I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing. Well, think about how much money you have into this car, though. I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter where you go, you're always dropping somebody's jaw. I mean, every time I see this car, you drop my jaw because you just don't see this. I mean,
What drops draws a lot is sticking back in the back.
I know.
Everybody loves the roll cages, the nitrous.
We got to get that
all
in
that
here.
good stuff in there.
Oh, dude, this shade is working perfect for all that. I mean, I do love how you have the small nitrous bottle and it's chrome. It adds that little accent back there. Now, you don't race this at all, do
I
you?
don't race this car at all. I don't track this car. This car is built strictly for show. And if I want to go get ice cream, don't laugh too much, but I like ice cream.
Well, is it vanilla ice cream since your car's white?
Love vanilla.
See, called it. Now, I remember when I first met you, I used to judge you a little bit for not wanting to race your car and everything like that. But now look at me. I have just a strictly show car as well.
I'll explain some of the reasons why I have issues with racing it. I worked very hard in life to get to where I'm at now. I feel honored to be able to afford to buy a $100,000 car like this. Just recently, driving down the road, no racing, nothing whatsoever, my clutch went out. These are dual mass flywheels on this car. With parts, labor, and everything for me to get this clutch done, it was over $5,000.
Stop it.
So if I go out and race this car and I blow a transmission, drop a rod, these are very expensive. I mean, if I blow that motor, it's about $30,000 to fix.
Whew.
So with me working very hard to buy this car, I cherish this car.
You don't want to destroy it.
I do not want to destroy this car. So I definitely have pride and I take as much care as I can of the car.
And I give you 100% props on that. I mean, now some of you guys are going to be sitting here, well, it's a Porsche. Aren't they designed to be beat? Aren't they designed to be racing? Yes and no. I mean, like Frank said, the parts are just stupid expensive because there's only one reason the prices are expensive. It's right there.
Porsche, fancy Volkswagen.
Exactly.
Fancy Volkswagen.
Exactly. Well, doesn't Volkswagen own Porsche?
They do.
And Lamborghini, I think, too, as well.
They do.
But, I mean, a lot of you guys are going to probably sit here and judge Frank and I for not wanting to track day our cars, not race our cars. I mean, occasionally I will do a street race here or there.
I do too. If I'm on the highway, I'll do rollers. I don't mind doing rollers, but anything from dead stop.
Yeah, I'm not a big guy.
I don't feel like blowing my transmission out or you know, dropping a cylinder. If we're doing a dig, I'll do digs on the highway. It's no big deal. 70 rolls, whatever.
Ooh, that's a little high. I like to do 20 rolls.
I do 60, 70 rolls, man. I drop it, we're gone. So
that thing's not really fast at all. It has no top end, so I have to do 20 or 15 rolls in that. But
we go back to those. Seriously though, I try not to race it. I baby this car. It's very expensive. Like I said, I'm fortunate to be able to work hard and afford. This is actually my second Porsche. So
yeah, you had a blue one, didn't you?
A blue one. I sold that last year. I just couldn't drive them both at the same time. So when I was able to afford a car, there's about $120,000 in this build. To afford a car of that magnitude, I value it because I might not be able to ever afford something like this again.
Exactly.
So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to baby it, and hopefully I get some longevity out of it.
Yeah, we're not all, you know, multi-millionaires or huge YouTubers like, you know, Street Speed, you know. We can't all afford...
Love you, Mike.
Yeah, we love you, Mike, but we got to call you out a little bit here. I mean, we can't afford 2 McLarens, a ZR1, you know, all kinds of stuff. But, you know, even like with my Subaru, a lot of people don't realize before this, I was a big truck guy. I don't know if you remember my black truck I had.
Dude.
You know, I was a huge truck guy, and I actually hated on imports because, oh, it's a rice burner. But now I'm like, welcome to the rice fields, you know. But... now, granted, my car is nowhere near the same prices as Frank's here. Like, my car might be the price of his wheels, but...
the quality of your car is phenomenal.
Yes.
Your build of your car is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said in my one video, you wouldn't believe how many parts are on this car that are used. I mean, you just, it's a budget build almost. Like, I have
Car's
maybe...
gorgeous.
Thanks. I mean, I have like $4,000 into it. And when I say that, people are just like, what? Like, you have $4,000 only into your car? People think I have 10
just
grand.
my rims alone, just rims, no tires, shipped to my front door is $5,600.
For all 4?
All 4.
Whew.
CCW.
So his wheels are the price of my so far build. But your wheels make your car.
I love those wheels.
I mean, they are straight beautiful. Let's try to get a little inside shot here. I do love the their sticker on how it's the what are those called, the oil slick stickers?
I believe so.
How they change colors, but I just love, now you're running Brembos, right? 2-puck Brembos?
Correct.
But they say Porsche on them, so they're even more expensive. But now he is running the 2-piece. Him and I did talk about advantages and disadvantages of 3-piece, and he makes a really valid point. You know, yes, on a 3-piece you can change the front and rear barrel, but like Frank said, that's just one more part to go bad. But now these are forged, so
these are forged 2-piece wheels. Definitely very strong and durable, but in my thought process on these wheels is, I've seen a lot of guys been inside outside barrels. There's more things to break on the wheel. That's not saying they're stronger or not stronger. It's not saying that the wheel's stronger or not stronger. I just feel that less parts, less things to break.
exactly.
So I'm more happy with a 2-piece wheel than a 3-piece wheel.
And I mean, I'm 100% with you on that. I mean, people keep asking me if I'm gonna go 3-piece wheels on mine, but in all reality, okay, yeah, you spent, you know, $5,500 on yours. Now, why would I want to put those on my car and daily it? See, you daily this, don't you?
Do not.
You don't daily this. Every time I see you, you're in it, so I just figured you dailied it.
I drive it. I probably put 5,000-6,000 miles in the summer months on, so I do drive it. Summertime, I drive it hard. When weather starts changing, if it's snowing, raining, you know,
You're not taking it out.
overcast, I leave it in the garage. There's no reason for me to take it out. I have other cars to drive, so this is my summer fun car.
It's your ice cream car, huh?
Ice cream car.
But you don't drive it just on Sundays. That's the good
Correct.
part. You drive it when it's nice out, like today. We're so lucky that today is a beautiful day out. I hit Frank up just the other day and tried to get him come out, and you know, what was it yesterday? It torrential downpoured yesterday, and I was so scared for today.
Yep.
Because I've been wanting Frank on the channel since I started this like in November, but you know, I'm really a nobody. So, but I actually got Frank to do it, so I'm so ecstatic for that. But I think we got what we need here.
All right, man.
You know, you like the static look, but you're also pro bags,
Correct.
and that's
I go both ways. I go both ways on this.
You better rephrase that.
I go both ways. It's a tough option, and we're gonna go back to earlier. We were talking about bags. To get the bag setup I want for my car, to have it custom built, custom tanks, custom lines, everything, we're looking at around $7 grand.
Oof.
So $7,000 to put into this car. It's already a beautiful car. Do I need to invest another $7 grand into this car, or can I just drive it static?
Exactly. Now, how much do you have, if you don't mind us asking, in the static side?
These are the Fortune Auto 500s. Depending on what setup and on what options you get, low option about 3,000, higher option getting closer to 4,000.
Okay.
For coilovers.
See, and that's, I mean, for a Porsche, that's understandable. For mine, if I get the BCs,
right? These are track rated. These are ready to go that you can put them on a track. There's more inexpensive options you can get. I can get a set of coilovers for this car probably for $1,500-1,800, but I figured let's have the best on the car. So for resale value too, if I do decide I ever want to sell this car, maybe a Porsche track guy wants this car.
Exactly.
It's set up for the track already.
Somebody that's going to beat the living snot out of this car on the track.
Correct.
And I mean, what the best side too is you went the higher end. You probably didn't base it just off price. You based it off name and quality. So you have your stability for corners and everything like that. That is one downfall to bags. You don't have 100% cornering. Now, granted, my car does have the performance bag, so a little bit stiffer. So a lot of people ask me all the time, oh, is it like riding on a cloud? Absolutely not. It is nothing like riding on a cloud with my bags because they're just so, they're thick.
Yep.
Now in the front, I do have a double puck. In the rear, I have a sleeve because there's just not enough room, but I can still take a corner at stupid speeds.
Yep, it'll hook up.
Yeah, and what's nice too is I have, what is it, the air pressure management there that on the fly, if it notices a bag dropping because you're taking a corner, it'll pump that bag up to put that tire back on the ground. But, you know, now granted, yeah, I spent $1,000 and got my bag set up, but they're originally $4,000. with management and bags plus install. So you're looking at almost $5,000-$6,000 depending where you go. Now, as you guys all know that I'm a pro bulk and shop guy, I got taken care of on my install. But you know, if somebody would go down to bulk and want an install for bags, you're looking at $800 to $1,000. So
Probably for a basic install.
yeah, and that's no custom. That's just, you want lines here, all right, we're giving you plastic lines. Now granted, I don't think I've put my trunk setup on the channel yet, but mine's all hidden. Now granted, I do have plastic lines, but they're hidden lines. So I mean, now if you want one of them crazy show-worthy tank setups, like I think what you're trying to go for, you're going to be spending
big money.
Exactly, but you're getting quality and you're getting metal lines ran. So, but it's just so amazing to have somebody that is static pro bags. You know, the last guy I had on here, my buddy Nicholas. I need to start with an N. Like he said, bags are for groceries. So, but it's nice that somebody's also looking into the bag world, and that's honestly a perfect review for static versus bag. I mean, I'm pro bag for you. I would love to see this thing on bags.
Taking donations for bags.
We're going to start a GoFundMe for Frank. But all right, guys, I think me and Frank both talked quite a bit enough there that we all get the idea that Frank has a beautiful car. We both have beautiful cars. I mean, Frank loves the Subaru since, I mean, you remember when it was stock.
Love that car. Gorgeous car.
It's come a long way since.
So your wing reminds me of something you see on a GT3 or a GT2.
Yes.
Big Porsche stuff. So.
Well, there's a wing, I think it's on the Ferrari or a Lotus. I don't remember which one it is, but it actually moves with the cornering. But I don't have $17,000 for a wing.
Township guys again.
No, man. See, well, Frank was like, hey, there's shade here, so let's park here in the middle of the damn road. Why not, right? But all right, guys, I will make sure to put Frank's Instagram and everything in here for him.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being with me. Yeah, so there's Frank. If you guys are in the Harrisburg area, you should know Frank from the Brothers Meets. He was at Motorama with Street Speed, I believe,
correct,
last year. Hopefully my car will be in Motorama as well this year, because you just don't see bag new gens with chassis mounts. So hopefully I'll be in Motorama. But that's Frank. I might even, since I do like Frank, might put his tattoo shop info in the video as well.
That'd be great.
Give him a nice little shout out. I better get paid for it. So, but all right, guys, as always, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Do you like Frank's car? What do you like about Frank's car? What do you hate about Frank's car? And I'll make sure Frank doesn't know the things that you hate about his car. So, gotta keep his head pretty swelled up there, right? So, leave a comment, leave a like. Make sure you smash that notification bell while you're there subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next upload.